Well, hi everybody. It's Thursday, and I keep thinking it's Saturday. And g'day, Diane. Parish is on. How is everyone? Um, Thanks for the calls about last night, but I had a few drinks, and then I went on Facebook as I'm stupid. And sorry about that. But did you see the post today? So I was going along okay today, to be quite honest. And thanks for your concern. And then I got the most beautiful WhatsApp post from Chitra's daughter in Bali, and it's really made me think. It has really made me think about what's important in life. People. People are important in life, not stuff. And she was a beautiful. She's younger than me, by the way. Hello, my Kelly Bloody Robinson's on here. I love you, Kel. You know that. And did you see the pictures, Kelly, that I put up on the Love Your Guts page from Chitra's daughter today? Now, hello, Karen McEwen, my beautiful lady. How are you? And Liz Ball's on, saying g'day to everybody. But those pictures today, and it was just a little snapshot of Chitra's journey, her cancer journey. And she had the first treatment in May. Oh, God. And I loved her. And I met her through my other Balinese family. And she had a shop, and she made the clothes for my shop. And I'd go over there, and I'd spend day after day with her, and she'd take part of it. And her daughter, Shinta, who's now an accountant, but she was at uni and a model, by the way, just beautiful to look at. The whole family were beautiful. They are beautiful. Have a look at the pictures. Hello, Sue Stevens. And they were just beautiful. And to think she's not here. And I contacted her during COVID a few times, and we had a chat. And you know that her and Shinta sent that beautiful little video to us as part of the berries, because she used to turn up, even though her English wasn't the best, it was pretty good. And I know they were sort of harrowing. That one, I tell you what, I think the one that got me the most was when when Shinta has just got a broken heart. Look at their faces sitting beside their mum. And her son, and Chitra's son, he designed our logo, Blackberry Beach. And he did a beautiful job. I love that logo, that Blackberry Beach logo. It's beautiful. And did a great job. I think Liz Ball, we do. And Di McPhee, darling, how are you, honey? And hey, Di, are you going to come to the Rat and come out with us for tea, or even for brunch, maybe on the Saturday, love? Because how far's Bacchus Marsh from Ballarat? I don't think it's that far. And I think we're going to have a good turnout, which is nice. Yeah, so I got those pictures this afternoon, and it just made me reflect on what's important and it's living. Life's for living. She was just a great person, and we'd have fun, and it would be bloody hot, and she'd take me into the markets to look at fabric, and we'd be driving all around Bali, and then we'd go and have a nice lunch. She was a bit of a meat eater like me. Then she took me to the beach. I've got to find that beautiful photo of her and Shinta and I at the beach. And Shinta was her right-hand man, because Shinta's English was just that little bit better than her mum's. And just beautiful, just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful family. And she was from a family, I think, of 8 brothers and sisters, and every Sunday they used to get together and play cards. They were very close, the whole family. And she had a sister that was in a wheelchair, and they used to look after her. and you could just see they were all so close, and they were all born in Legian. And I looked at those pictures and I thought, for all the crappy stuff people go on about, it's really unimportant. It's important to be real to yourself, isn't it? Be true to yourself. I'll tell you what, that girl's gone to heaven, that's for sure, because she was just such a good person. All the fun all the laughs we used to have, me nearly fainting at the fabric places because it was that damn hot. Going out to the little factory where the fella used to make everything and me having to go to a squat toilet because I wasn't used to them. All that stuff. And it was an honour to have known Chitra, an absolute honour. And Bev Anderson's going to be going over there soon to Bali. And I don't really know what to send over. Oh, yes, she did, Lyndon. Happy birthday, Lyndon O'Keefe, for yesterday. And I hope you had a great day. And you and Margaret Keneally, there's something about you too. You've got your birthdays on the same day. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I love that. And yeah. Yep, Sue Stevens' life is way too short. But, when we go to Bali, that family will be there and we're going to see the kids. And, oh, they're just gorgeous. But that photo of Shinta and her mum were inseparable. And she's got and it was Shinta's older sister that sent me the pictures through. And it was very kind of them to want to share those beautiful private moments of their mother's last little time on earth. And the Balinese they're Hindu, so they believe in reincarnation, and I don't. They have a different attitude really to death than us. Yeah. Yeah, Lyndon, you know what, love? I love the fact that your birthdays are on the same day because you're the same sort of gorgeous chicks. You really are. And don't worry, Lyndon, I'll be seeing you again soon. Sooner the better. We had a lovely time in Geelong yesterday. Margaret said she was going to get on the Prosecco last night, but I got on it for her and ended up a crying drunk on Facebook. And then Sue Hughes turned up to make sure I was all right. And she was in her jammies and she's knocking at the side door here. And I thought, oh my God, no one ever does that. Who is it? And it was Sue. So I apologise for being a dickhead last night, but I was tired actually. Yeah, and I thought I'm right today, and then I got those pictures, and it just makes me reflect, to be honest. And I look at damn beautiful Velia, you know, oh, geez, and I think both of these women were just true to themselves. Velia is true to herself. God, Jesus, I tell you what. Where's some journeys some of us have been on, and my Helen Morby's on. I hope you're feeling better, Helen. We're going to come back again, by the way, and do a lunch again over your way. And I know some of you are going to get together with Therese soon, and that's good. That's what you need to do. We need to see each other, have lunches. Life isn't fair sometimes, Lyndon, and we all know that. At our age, I think we've all been through the things that aren't fair and everything. By the way, Lyndon O'Keefe, you don't realise, but that letter I read out to you, I sent it to some politicians, and now Bruce and I have pensions. And I'm not afraid to say that. And I'm penning another letter, Lyndon, and I'm going to see Dan Tehan, he's our MP, on Monday. And really, at the end of the day, I think that, I think that there's a lot to be done as far as women's rights in this country, Lyndon, from what I've seen with everyone else's Centrelink experience too. Yeah, but Lyndon, you know what? It's become more than just about me, because then I've heard about the shit other people are going through, and it's just bloody wrong. Everyone I speak to just gets put through the ringer to try and get something from Centrelink, and it's got to stop. Doesn't happen in other countries. Did you know that in New Zealand everyone gets a pension at pension age, and then when they do their tax, they pay it back? Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, I know. Oh, g'day. Claire's out walking. You know, Claire, it would have been a beautiful day in Miners Rest, and we've had a lovely day here. And I've got Jessie home, by the way, and I've got Chop here. Chop, 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 chop is gone. Jessie's gone down to the. Oh, come to Granny. Do you want to see Chop? Come here, you darling little fella. You know what? I'm babysitting because Daddy's gone out. Here he is. Say hello, everyone. Here's little Choppy. So this is how big he is now. Yeah, isn't he cute? We took him for a walk. Hello, Lenore. You're a late. Oh, you're a tad late again. So I'm babysitting tonight. Oh, here's Virginia. He's just gorgeous. Yeah. And he ran in and he came up and you gave us a kiss, didn't you? But his daddy's gone to the bowling club with Grandpa. So he's had a cry. And I've got food for him, and he hasn't eaten it. Chop. He had a sausage though before. Hello, Pat Mariana. How are ya? Yes, he's a chop Brooklyn. He is. Oh, Pat's just saying how lovely the weather is in Geraldton, you bloody bugger. There you go. He does love a cuddle, I tell you, Di. He loves the good cuddle, this little fella. And yeah, Jessie's 6 foot. Remember, Jessie's really big and Chop's really little. So we went round the block and we took Mary Poppins home, didn't we? We walked her home so she'd know how to get here tonight, because I'm cooking her fish for dinner. She's a vegetarian, so I bought meat yesterday. She doesn't want that. But yeah, so she's going to have some fish for tea, and potato cake and some sweet potato cake. So she's going to have all those things. So there you go. And we're going to have a snapper, steamed snapper. You look, if you're a good little dog, look, isn't this cute? He likes to be nursed. Oh, he does love a cuddle, Quick, I like this dog. Look, we always had dogs, but we don't want to have one now because we want to do stuff in our life, as we all do. And yeah, Kelly, he's real cute. Look at him looking at you. I reckon he knows you're all there. Do you reckon? What do you think, Chop? Are you a little model? Now, I wish Margaret Keneally was on, because Margaret, I don't know, how do I take a selfie? I'll take a selfie of me and Chop later, and I'll send it to Margaret Keneally. Liz Ball's got one. She's got a grandkid, a grand fur baby like this. Margaret Keneally's got grand fur babies, and they're all little miniature dachshunds. So maybe that's the Blackberry Beach thing, is to have a miniature dachshund as a pet. Anyway, Lyndon O'Keefe, what'd you do yesterday for your birthday? Oh, David King's looking after the grandies. We love you. And she's going off to cook their tea now. Well, Chop gets tea at 6 o'clock, but I've got some in the bowl down there. Hey, he just loves this, doesn't he? The only thing is, because they're so long, because these doggies are so long, they really do fit in your arm in a different way, don't they? Everyone that's got one. And he doesn't like his coats. He's got 2 coats, won't wear them. Joanne Hazel's on. Look, Joanne. I'm babysitting Choppy Chop. I haven't seen Jessie for months, and because he got that new job, and so he hasn't been home. So he's home till Sunday, which is really nice, actually. And but we won't see him much before Christmas. This is what happens with your kids, isn't it? They just get He is. Hey, Joanne, do you know what? We've got Margaret Keneally's got them, and we've got Liz Ball's got one. So they're sort of popular in the berries, these little funny little dogs, these little sausage dogs. He had a sausage before I gave him one. Anyway, it's brightened my day to have him here after what's happened. Your fur baby. Oh, your fur baby's sitting too. And Joanne, yes, they're very popular. Now, they're a little bit feisty because they used to get badges. Do you want to hop down, Choppy Chop? Do you want to say, hi, everybody? Hi. Do you want to give me a kiss? Look. Does he look like me? No, he looks more like Grandpa. Do you think? Oh, they were sick. You should have had lunch with us. Oh, you should have been with us, Lyndon. Oh, you had lunch at Warm Ponds Pub. Oh, we should have come there. We could have come too. Anyway, darling, hope you had a good birthday. Joanne, how are you going, darling? I said I was all right today. I drank too much last night, got on Facebook, made a fool of myself. I think I better take it down. Everyone's getting off. Oh, you didn't. Oh, we did. Oh, sorry, Lyndon. We put it out, but look, you don't always see it. But I'll see you in Ballarat. I'm going to take Vicky down to Warrnambool. Oh, well, to Port Campbell. I don't think I can get to Warrnambool. It gets a bit much for me to do that day. You're on school holiday, Joanne. I bet you need those school holidays. Do you know I got the pensions, by the way, everybody? Do you realise that they don't have a disability pension much anymore, that they're too hard to get? Did you realise that's because it's to do with statistics? I'm sick of hearing all this stuff. Do you realise that I have to get a medical certificate every few months? Oh, well, I've got one, but this is crap. I mean, I'll be 65 by the time they said I might be able to go back to work. It's just bullshit. Bloody sick of it, everybody. Anyway, how old are you, Lyndon? Are you my age or a couple of years older than me? I tell you what, everyone, if you want to apply for the age pension, start applying when you're 60 for when you're 67. It's going to take you 7 years to get it through. Did you hear me, Brooklyn? And well, I did too, Brooklyn. It was lovely to talk to you. And because Brooklyn actually wanted to know why I wasn't on Patreon last night. And so I thought, oh, shit, bloody hell, I'll bloody ring her. God, I ended up pissed. And then I, got real deep and meaningful and emotional, like we all do, and made a fool of myself on FaceTime. So there you go. You're 68. God. Lyndon, can you send me the message, please, about your daughter? Because, God, Lyndon O'Keefe, you're not that old. You look about, I can't believe how young everyone looks. Yeah, but you know what, Joanne? We have to get used to the fact that there are dishonest people amongst people going to Centrelink, and get over it. And remember that everyone says to me, don't worry about the minority. And all of you have said that. We worry about the majority. Oh, Lyndon, you're beautiful. Jeez. I want to look like you when I'm 68. Christ, you're bloody gorgeous. The whole bloody lot of you, every single one of you. But can you send me a message? I'm going to see Dan Tehan. I'm penning another letter. Lyndon, I'm penning another letter to go to the politicians, because I've been thinking really hard about this, and thinking, and it's mainly a women's thing, Centrelink. Think about it. It's women that are single mothers. It's women that need family tax benefit. It's women that never had the superannuation men had because they had babies, and the system is not helping us. And the system is keeping women in poverty. and it's also got terrible stigma attached to it, and it's not fair. And I'm gutsy enough to get on here and to get on and say, yep, that would be great. Yep, good on you, Lyndon. That would be great, because I have a few messages from people. The system does suck, Di, and it's detrimental to women, and it's about time that we stuck up for ourselves. Yep, they want everyone to give up, Joanne. That's right. Well, I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't, but just because I've got it, I know other people are in our position. And I just think I'm gutsy enough to, and thank you to you guys. I've become more articulate on the telephone because I can speak. I think I can speak in front of a lot of people now. Karen put a hole in her $2. Hey, guess what? You can't buy the big ones anymore, Karen Houghton. Yeah, she's on here. You're going to the loo in a hurry and not. She's got one hand, remember. And by the way, she's still in a lot of pain, is our Karen. And so it was not a very successful operation, I don't think. But hey, getting back to Centrelink, Karen had to wait 12 months, but she got back paid. But let's face it, it's bullshit. Waiting 12 months, going into poverty and waiting. It's just not on. And I'm sick to death of hearing the stories. And I need to stick up for everyone else. And I'm game enough to do it. I don't care if the media get hold of it. They need to. They need to run with this. If I see that friggin' Hank on telly again, what does he know about it? They need to get out. The politicians, I've always said it, they need to get out of their bloody ivory towers and see what their constituents have to say about everything. So anyway, that's given me a little bit of work to do in the next few days before Monday. I've got Hank the Wank. Oh, how come I thought of that? Ty McPhee, I thought of that, love. And, Di, here are you going for jobs, and you've had, bloody knee replacements and all sorts of things. Just gives me the shits. Doesn't it give everyone else the shits, really? Hank the Wank Galley like that too. Anyway, I'm going to cook up some fish. I'll cook up a bit of a storm for that little Vicky tonight. And by the way, she loved having lunch with everyone. She loved it in Sydney, Joanne. You were very, very good to us while we were there. And we'll be seeing you with Brenda next. So Brenda's the next one that we'll be seeing. So that'll be fantastic. And that's at the end of February. And it's just so lovely how we can all just get together and see each other. I love it. Yep, I just bloody love it. And we can all get together and be together again. So Ballarat's the next trip. So, hey, Joanne, hop a plane, come down. We're going to have a nice night out on the Friday night. Claire's done a great job. And then we've got Saturday for brunch in Ballarat. Then in a few weeks, I'll be in Queensland. So I think we better put it up on the page, Sue, what's going on, Karen, so that everyone knows, because I don't think they do know what date, what we're doing, all that sort of stuff. And people need to organise their time. So they've only got 3 weeks to organise it, I think. So what did they? Centrelink have told you to try, and if I can't do it, will help getting the disability pension. Rightio, Di McPhee. It's a big thing. So can you send me your story, what Centrelink have told you? Because are you on anything at the moment, Di McPhee? Because Di's had to have knee replacements and you're not well and you've worked bloody hard all your life. Yeah, Sue's on here, honey. Sue's on here. Same as me, Di. Rightio. I want to know how long it took you to get it. And what's going on, because it's just not fair. It's just bullshit, Di. And when are you 67, Di? Because You're heading to Port Macquarie for a break. Oh, good on you, Joanne. Have a lovely time. Wish I was with you. Wish I was with you and Dave and coming to Port Macquarie. And I hope the weather's good for you. She's on holidays. And you know she lost her dad. You're only 63. Yeah, well, it's bullshit, Di, isn't it? You and I are the same age. Hey, when's your birthday, Di? We might have the same birthday. That's exactly right. She does deserve everything. And it's too hard, Di, at our age. And then I read somewhere where they're thinking of putting the pension age up to 70. Now, when they put the pension age from 65 to 67, I don't ever remember that going through Parliament. Does anyone ever remember? Our politicians voted for that, and yet they retire a lot younger than the average person. And I would like to know who was in power. I would say it's the Libs when that happened. Sandy Hard, hello, darling. I'll be seeing you. Hey, Sandy, don't forget I'm coming to Queensland. And I wasn't on last night because I didn't get home until after 6 o'clock and I was absolutely exhausted. And then I made a fool of myself on Facebook because I drank a whole bottle of Prosecco and I wasn't meant to because I've been on the 5-2 diet. And the 5-2 diet was that, yes, I don't, yeah. See, Claire knows. Claire said the Liberals put that through. So the Liberals can go stuff themselves. And when I see Dan Tehan on Monday, I'll sort of tell him, I'll have to tell them that that's probably one of the reasons they're not getting votes because they are so disconnected from average Australia. Just, it's all been about money for them and money for people with money. It's very unfortunate, but I think they are so, and I'm a swinger of a voter. I don't like either party, to be quite honest. Neither of them have ever done anything for me because I'm a small business person. No one cared. Am I talking politics? Shut up, Lyni. Let's talk about things that are better than that. Let's talk about why Di McPhee, who really can't. You can't. I've seen you. You're not well enough. Oh, Karen Houghton, were you worried about me? I haven't seen my Facebook thing because I thought, oh shit, I shouldn't have done it. I'll have to delete it. Well, I think sometimes I get a bit deep and meaningful and things happen. And then today a couple of things happened that upset me again and that have upset a couple of berries and it's not on. Now, what I really don't like is I don't like to see anyone upset on any of the pages, and I don't like anyone being derogatory to anyone. You know that's not what we're about. And so from now on, you know that our policy is very tough. Did I need some tissues, Karen? Oh, well, sometimes it gets a bit, it's okay to show. Well, I'm pretty good at showing emotions, Di McPhee. Oh, Sandy Hard's going on a cruise. Oh, I think you absolutely deserve to go on a cruise. And you're back on Friday the 21st. Well, good on you, darling. Great stuff. I think everyone needs a holiday. Yep. Oh, that's fantastic, Karen. Karen knows how to do everything. She's a bloody good kid. She's got one finger, one finger that works. She's got one hand that works, the other hand doesn't work. Oh, you poor little darling. She's been through the ringer, isn't it? Yep, everyone deserves Virginia. Yeah. I still haven't heard from the travel agent. So tomorrow that's the job I'm going to do. I'm going to ring the travel agent and see what's going on with these airfares because I really don't want to miss out. That's what's worrying me. Is that we'll miss out on getting there because apparently they need more flights and more planes going there apparently at the moment. But I wish Judy Walpole was on here because Bev's going to Bali and I want to send something for the family, for Chitra, especially for Shinta. But I don't know what to send and I don't think flowers is something they really I suppose they Yeah, they do send flowers, but at the cremation, see, Cheetra passed away on the 21st of September, and I said, but Jude, they cremated her on the 23rd. And Judy said the wealthier families, because Cheetra's sister is extremely wealthy, and cremations cost a lot of money over there, more than our funerals, actually, a good cremation. And they cremated her on the 23rd. So it was 2 days after she passed away that they cremated her. And that's why you see the kids just so distraught. They just not, she never got to have a kid. Little Cheetra never got a grandchild to see one of them, and yet she will be a granny. Oh, I don't know what to send. I need to send something, but I don't know what to send. If anyone thinks maybe maybe Lyni send her this, or I don't know. Did you see it, Virginia? Did you see the pictures? And they sent them to me today. And so I've been a bit upset, really. She is a cruise, Brooklyn Bruff. She's beautiful. Sandy Hart is. Yeah. You're all beautiful. We all are. We're all gorgeous. We all just get through life, don't we? To think that before COVID in 2019, I saw Cheetra in the February, and it was really funny because I went over and I'd already booked it all. I was going over to get clothes made, and they were talking about um, the virus. Zoe, my little Chinese adopted one. She came with me, and she'd never been to Bali, and she said, Lyni, she was very nervous while we're in Bali because of the virus, and we were just laughing at her. But I did listen a little bit, and I went to see Cheetra, and I decided that I wouldn't order clothes then and there. I had samples, and what you do is you go over and you get samples made of what you want, and then you decide what you're going to have made. And it was really funny because and yet we were all gearing up, winter was coming. You go over in February to do winter, you go over in August to do summer. And I was there, and I don't actually get a lot of winter because I have a shop in Apollo Bay. And you know what? I actually didn't order anything. I went and saw Yudi. Yudi has a factory. It's gorgeous. Yudi is a family. Yeah, Karen, they're Hindus, and she was a beautiful Hindu Chitra, and she was very, very religious. Actually, everybody, and oh, Di, that'll be lovely to hear from you, honey. You take care, but I want to know your story, please. I want to take these bloody stories. Lyndon's daughter. This is just our little group, and we're hearing all this. What about everyone else in Australia that's having trouble? There's something wrong. There's just something wrong. And but I went over with Zoe, and Zoe was really funny about everything. And so I didn't order anything, and Zoe probably stopped me from going broker. To be honest, I would have had to pay for clothes that I wouldn't have been able to sell because of the lockdowns. But I was nervous. It was a very nervous time, February, and then actually when Zoe came to Bali, Australia closed the borders with China, and Zoe was nearly too scared to come to Bali. I had to ring up my friend in Border Force, who had to convince her that she was allowed to leave Australia, come to Bali and go back to Australia. It was just weird. No one knew what the rules were. And when she came over to Bali, she had a really nervous time. She wanted to stay in the hotel. We went to Kintamani, and she's gorgeous, Zoe. And but she didn't want to be around people, so she was happy to stay in the hotel around Australians, and because we didn't have the virus at that stage, and she had massages and stuff like that, but she was nervous, and she was right. She was right, and that's the last time I actually saw Cheetra in the flesh, and I really enjoyed her company. We were friends, and you know me. I'm a people person, and Chitra is one of my people, and we got on really well, and we'd go for lunch and she'd drive me around in the car, her and Shinta would drive. Chitra and I just talk because you're in close contact with these people when you're getting stuff made. It's a partnership. She had the most beautiful smile, and I look at it. And her children are truly beautiful. But she was a strict Hindu, and so she'd always go to everything. She'd close and go down to all the ceremonies at Legian at the Banja. She was always at the Banja, and always looked beautiful in a traditional Balinese outfit. And she believed in God. She really did believe in God. She believed in karma. I believe in karma too, everyone. I believe that karma does come to everybody eventually. And I think that we should take a leaf out of her book about karma. Yep. It's almost like physics. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And her karma was good. Joanne, she got lymphoma. Could be a welcomed expression of honour, respect and sympathy. Otherwise, it's food. Well, I don't know. I'll ask Judy Walpole. I'll ask Judy Walpole, and Bev will do this for us. Bev will organise all this for us. She's good. And she'll go and see them too, which is a big thing. But yeah, they all believe in karma, and so do I. I know sometimes everybody, you think that oh, it's never going to happen, but it does eventually. I think it does in all different ways. Karma, it can be little things, big things, who knows. We've all got to try and be the best people we can, and I believe I am. I do believe that, and I've been kicked in the guts because a lot of times in my life, because I am like that. I am. But anyway, someone said to me, well, would you like, what's the alternative? Do you want to change? No, I don't. I wouldn't swap anything. And yeah, I get sucked in. It's quite a regular occurrence, but you know what? That's who I am. And because for the amount of times I get sucked in, look at the amount of times I don't. So, got to look at it that way, don't we? Yeah. Oh, you'll be in Cairns. Are you going to surprise your mum? Oh, Sandy, she's in a nursing home up there, isn't she? Because Sandy, you were brought up inland, weren't you, of Cairns? I've got to remember where it is. Yeah, Karen, I will look it up. Thank you very much for that. So Karen's, grief and Hinduism, they do think about, they're much more accepting of life and death. She's just too young to go. They are much more accepting, and they're there with the body. They let people die at home, which thank God we're letting people do that now, I think, in Australia. And they deal with the body at home, which I think is also a very good healing thing. We're starting to probably do that a little bit more in Australia because you are allowed to start doing. I did see a show on TV actually where we are allowed to do those things now, where you can actually look after your own loved one, which is a nice thing. But theirs is very personal. Another thing that happens over there is the whole community are involved in the funerals. Well, I suppose in little towns like us, they are too. And that everyone does something. at the Bunja for that perfect. It isn't fair. Nah. Karen Houghton, life isn't fair, is it? Sometimes. But I still do believe in karma. Yeah. And I think they believed in reincarnation. And if you've been a bad person, if you've been a really perfect person, a really good, then you don't come back, I think. She still lives at home. Innisfail. Sandy Hart, I knew I was thinking about that, where your mum's from. And that's a fair way from Cairns, though, isn't it? Oh, Karen McEwen had a sad funeral today. Now, that was their young friend that committed suicide that had the kids, didn't he, Dale? And I bet it was sad. I hope the kids are okay and it's bloody hell. Yep, life isn't fair, Karen McEwen, is it, darling? And you know it more than anybody, I tell you. So, yes, that's what we do, isn't it? We get on with it. And these little hiccups come, big hiccups come. And, but Chitra, her smile, God, she was attractive. The whole family. Honestly, her husband was a surfer, by the way. And he retired and they lived behind the shop. They had all the compounds down to the street. I tell you what, all of Legian would have been at that funeral, all of Legian. And it would have been up the main street in Legian, that procession. And then they take what they do. I love you, Karen Houghton. Come back as a bird and poop on everyone. Well, that's good luck for anyone that gets poop on them. Did you know that, Karen? I did get a bird did shit on my shoulder. Yep, there you go. So yeah. Yep. So anyway, she wasn't very ill for very long, May. And that family could afford the best of care in Bali. So she had it all. Yep. 90 minutes from Cairns. God, hey, Sandy Hart, I bet you're just like your mum because you bloody don't look that old. You're gorgeous. None of when I meet you all, none of you look that old. We all look like kids out of school, don't we? Yep. So it's a funny old world sometimes, and to think that I missed out on seeing Chitra because of COVID. So I feel a bit cheated that way too. I would have been there 6 times. Yep. I don't know. I think her eldest daughter might be going to run the shop. I don't know, but I'll find out about the shop. I won't ask them just yet, but I'll find out if the girls are going to run the business. They may or may not. They may lease it out. I don't know, but they owned that freehold shop. It was a really nice shop, actually. A really nice shop. I spent a lot of time in that shop trying stuff on. They measure you. Say, geez, Lyni, you're fat. Yeah, I was fat. We like food though. And yeah, it was very kind of them to send those photos actually and to send it specially to me. Rightio, everyone, I'm going to go. And Di McPhee, ring me up. And I want Lyndon O'Keefe, send me a message because I want all these messages. I do want to know if I can collate them and do something with them. Oh, yes, we will see them, Karen Houghton, because we're going to stay in Legian, and her family is everywhere in Legian. They own different shops too. They're all, because they're locals. Think of you coming to Apollo Bay and seeing me and all my cousins. It's exactly the same. Anyway, I love you all, and we'll be right. You'll see me on Facebook in the next Saturday night. We're still alive with Lyni, me being a dickhead that I always am. Love ya. Bye.